Metro. How you doing? Welcome to Stevens Center. I'm Chef Robert. Nice to meet you all. I've been with the Stevens Center. It'll be 12 years in August. So 12 years ago when I got to the Stevens Center, I was a broken individual. I had lost the will to live. I had lost everything in my life. Drugs and alcohol had destroyed me. At the age of 45, I was done. I wanted to check out. I went to detox, and while I was in detox, they said, well, you got a 2-week window. I signed up to go to treatment. They said, I got a 2-week window before bed opens up. They said, where are you gonna go? I said, I don't know. All I know is I can't drink and do drugs. That was my answer for everything. I said, I don't know. I can't drink and do drugs. They said, we want you to be safe. You can go to the Stevens Center. I said, what's Stevens Center? They said, it's an emergency homeless shelter. And I said, wow, is that what I've done to my life? I got to go live in a homeless shelter. So I did it, and I came to the Stevens Center. It was the best decision I ever made besides wanting to live. Coming to the Stevens Center was the next best thing that I've ever done for myself. I quickly started volunteering in the kitchen. I've been pursuing a culinary career since I was a teenager. I got my start in the old market area. I worked at the Indian Oven, Trini's, and I landed at the French Cafe, which back in the day was an upscale establishment. I moved out to California. I worked in Laguna Hills, Dana Point, Huntington Beach. But no matter how good I got at cooking, I always got better at doing drugs and drinking. The more money I made, the more dope and booze I bought. So at the age of 45, it had destroyed me, and I came back home. So I came back to the Stevens Center out of treatment, and I started volunteering in their kitchen. Their kitchen was MIA one day. They're like, where's so-and-so? He's gone. I'm like, don't worry about it. I got it. So I jumped in the kitchen, and I just started feeding everybody. Every meal, I started feeding people. Word got out that I had skills, and the CEO come down and introduced himself. Said, hey, what are your plans? What are you going to be doing here? I said, I don't know. All I know is I can't drink or do drugs. I told you that was my standard answer for everything. Yep. He said, well, just keep doing what you're doing. We'll give you a part-time job. We'll give you an apartment. Just keep doing what you're doing and stay sober. So right away, the Stevens Center blessed me. I lived in the shelter for 9.5 months, just volunteering in their kitchen, feeding people, cleaning the kitchen, applying my skills. It was a safe place for me. The Stevens Center allowed me to be safe. I didn't have to worry about people, places, or things to get me high and drunk again. I was able to stay at the Stevens Center, work on my sobriety. So they gave me a part-time job. They gave me a little apartment. While I was in this apartment, one of my requirements was to speak to a counselor once a month, a therapist. So one day the therapist said to me, Robert, you're so full of fear and anger, you just don't even realize it. I said, you're crazy. I'm so happy right now. I'm not mad at anything. I don't know what you're talking about. And I fought her on this for like a month. She, are you ready to accept it? I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm not mad or anything. Finally, I was on a phone call with my father. And it was a pleasant conversation, right? He was very proud of me, yada, yada. When I hung up the phone, my whole body was tense. My jaw was clenched, and I was mad. I was like, and I stopped in my tracks, and I said, wow, she's right. Just talking to my father triggered the childhood trauma that he put me through. But, you know, that trigger right there, I finally opened my eyes, and I was like, she's right. I'm so full of fear and anger. So I ran over to her. I'm like, you got to check it out here. Check it out. Yeah, it was like that. I swear to God. So after that, I was like a sponge. I was like, wow. I was looking for every instance throughout my day to where I could learn to retrain my brain. Anytime I got triggered from fear and anger, I had to stop and figure it out. I started talking in the mirror to myself. It's cliche as it sounds, but that's what I did. I looked in the mirror and I said, I don't like you. I can't stand you, but one day I will. About 1.5 years later, I was looking at a different person. I forgave myself. I started loving myself. Stevens Center allowed me to do that. They gave me the tools I needed to reinvent myself. It was like a rebirth and reinvention. Today I got 11.5 years of sobriety. I'm still at the Stevens Center doing what I'm doing. And I owe it all to the Stevens Center. I did the work, but if I hadn't found this place, I wouldn't be alive today. I can guarantee you that. I'd be in the ground. So this place is amazing. We save lives on a daily basis. For me to be able to carry the message and let them know that there's hope is such a blessing. I love coming to work. I've never had a bad day at work in 11.5 years.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, and you're the coolest dude on campus.
That's what she said. That's what she said.
I ask him every day, how does it feel to just like be in that skin, like just so cool and macho?
It's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing. So thank you all for being here, and I hope you enjoy your tour.